Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Want to talk about the film The Manchurian Candidate, the remake, which was released July 30th, 2004, shortly before the presidential election that year between John Kerry and George W. Bush. If you recall, both of them were members of Yale's Skull and Bones, which they admitted on Meet the Press when interviewed by Tim Russert. And keep in mind, Skull and Bones only allows 15 members per year, so a very exclusive community. Yet these were the two finalists for the candidate of President of the United States. And keep in mind, George W. Bush, who was the sitting president, his father was the previous Republican president. And when W won election in 2000, it came down to Florida, where his brother was the governor. Talk about Manchurian. Anyhow, this film is about mind control and candidates who are born and bred to be that are essentially political weapons. And I just want you to see something that from the release of this film to the election in 2004 was 96 days. And the mind control program that the military ran was once called MK Ultra, which equals 96. And again, this film has everything to do with mind control. The original film released October 24th, 1962, which was a date with 96 numerology, and the MK Ultra program officially lasted from 53 to 73, so this first film released right in the middle of it. Now, if you have not seen this film, please take the time to watch it, because if you're going to awake, you're going to put everything together that you need to put together. But what I want to talk about is this clip at the end of the film. If you've seen news reports, such as 3 men in fatigues running out the back of Sandy Hook Elementary School, only for that to later change in the day to a skinny kid that weighs 112 pounds named Adam Lanza, if you've ever seen reports like that, this scene that I'm about to show you speaks to that. If you remember the San Bernardino holiday party shooting from the other year, for about 8 hours, they said that 3 men in fatigues were wanted as the suspects. But after 8 hours of that reporting, they changed it to a Middle Eastern married couple were the wanted suspects. And there's been other stories along the way where these types of details have drastically changed. So in this film, Denzel Washington's character is one of the mind control subjects, and he's made to do a political assassination. And the military is covering this up. So this is them on a computer going back over the surveillance footage of him entering the building where he completes the assassination. I just want you to see how with the technology they change him into another person. And then once they do that, I'm just going to flip back over to this screen and let the audio play in the background. I just want you to listen, and you'll probably grin as I do. But here it is.
The FBI has just released security footage of the assassin of Raymond and Eleanor Prentice Shaw entering the hotel 2 hours before the fatal shooting. Authorities have identified the gunman as Klaus Bachmann. Bachmann was believed to have been killed in a car bomb explosion in Chechnya 4 years ago. He was employed there as a covert operations specialist by Global Endeavors, a UK subsidiary of the equity fund giant Manchurian Global.
All right, I'm going to stop it there. You can check out the movie. This also reminds me of the Ramadan shooting a few years back in Tennessee. If you're following me back then, I did some of my own investigating, and I found out the names of the victims they put out. This is where they shot up the military recruiting center. The names of the victims they put out, some of those names were military men who had died many years earlier in the war. And I thought, how interesting. These names trace to obituaries of soldiers who've died in the past. And they're reporting that these people were killed today. This is what they're doing, you guys. They're using military men to wage these psyops against the American people. And that's exactly what the latest film's about, if you have not seen it. It's about a squadron of soldiers in the 1991 Gulf Storm. They're taken and used as laboratory rats in a science experiment. They have chips inserted in their brain, and they essentially become remote-controlled people and they are victims to whatever their controllers make them do, including kill one another. So, just think, this film's from 15 years ago, and since this film came out, there's probably been countless news stories where exactly what was shown in this film has been done to us. And if you want to have a little bit more fun, when you watch the film, do the gematria on the names of the people they put out at the end, where I muted it, who are supposedly responsible for the assassination. You might find some numbers we already talked about in this video. So we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Until next time.